Welcome back. Whoa!
Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Another, whatever you call it, four-lock or figure four-lock. No, that's not a figure four-lock. That's an, I don't know. Undertaker does it. That's all I know.
This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
We're 11 minutes into the we have 11 minutes left in the match is what I meant to say there. 11 minutes and 14 seconds.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope
Weehaw!
to settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that. Calvary's Bret Hart calls himself the excellent execution, and it's not hard to see why.
From anyone else, that would just be ego. From the Hitman, it's the truth, plain and simple.
And that's why Bret Hart is one of the WWE's most respected Hall of Famers.
Can you believe we actually get paid?
I bet Bret Hart's getting sick of getting whacked in the face by Cena's gay punches.
I don't have to sit here and listen to you drool over the divas.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know. And that's why I'm bringing some ice water out here with me next time.
Another automatic drop there. Oh.
I'm not so sure this one's about winning or losing anymore. I think it's become more personal than that.
Of course it's personal, JR. Anytime you step into the ring with someone who wants to beat you down in order to win the match, it's personal.
I guess I can't argue with that, King. I just wonder if they'll be able to settle their differences in this match, or it's going to wind up. The Hitman's got the
Wait a second. Yes! Yes!
I sure do. Sharpshooter. Talk about your
Boom! Boom! That's right, Cena. That's right.
Will these superstars be able to withstand tonight?
I don't know, JR.
Cena is absolutely getting destroyed on the grandest stage of them all, and I've never been more happy to see it. Literally, never.
These fans love confidence in their superstar, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match.
Oh, that's an interesting one right there.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no
Cena needs to focus on the match. He's getting hurt.
Well, you've got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself if it's all the same to you, King.
Literally, Cena's going to be out in a few minutes if he keeps this up.
This match is going to continue until
Good for you, Cena.
Completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. Like them or not, you've got to respect the tenacity of each and every WWE superstar.
That's a weird view.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like
Whoa!
from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy thing.
Any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
And that's easier said than done, JR.
Cena. You gotta hurry up and tap out, Cena, before you get hurt. I'm serious. Tap out just 5 times in a row, you know. Do what you do best. be overrated and tap out like a little girl.
Issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again. You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
Wow, Cena is taking a lot of punishment.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slobber knocker.
The Hart name is a legendary name in the sports entertainment business, and Bret Hart is a legend among legends.
And these fans are getting a real treat watching the Hitman in action tonight.
You're not the only ones. I can watch
Here it goes again.
every night of the week. I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they have. That's not the kind of attitude you come in with and expect to pick up the win.
You're right about that, JR. If you can't see yourself...
Cena still getting his A handed to him.
Bother showing up.
Like usually. Just usually Cena comes back after he gets his A handed to him. And tonight, he's just getting his A handed to him. Plain and simple.
Fans paid to see King, and they're not going to go home disappointed.
Oh, Cena might get out of it, and he does get out of it.
That I'm actually getting to see these superstars wrestle each other.
Me too, King.
It looks like Bret Hart went, or tried to go right back into it, but that didn't work out as he planned.
You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question.
Went for a drop kick.
Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Oh!
JR, a man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married.
And then it's too late.
Bret Hart calls himself
Uh-oh.
the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
And that's a hard point to argue.
You're not kidding. He's right on at least 2 counts, and I might not be able to see the future, but I bet he's right on that one too.
That's a pretty safe bet. I doubt we'll ever see another superstar in our lifetimes like the legendary Hitman.
Oh, it's over. It is over.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King.
Wow, but Mr. Overrated is still doing fine. That's sad.
In the world, JR. I can't believe I actually get paid to do this job.
Well, don't let Mr. McMahon hear you say that, King, or you might wind up having to do it for free.
That's true. I don't want to say that Mr. McMahon's cheap, JR, but I heard he won't even tip a canoe.
Woohoo! Uh-oh.
Blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring.
And I think there's going to be a lot more shit here today.
Whoa!
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to
Impressive. Rope break. You're lucky, Cena. You would have tapped out like a little girl. Rope break. You lucky SOB.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King, no one makes it up the ladder without...
Okay, seriously now, Cena? You gotta tap out before you get hurt.
Fine line to walk.
Does he even know who he's facing right now? We'll be back after this break.